from motivational speakers to life coaches, pastors, imams, whatever you call them, we've always had a statement from them. The way you dress is the way you'll be addressed. Perception has always been a tool everybody has used, either as a form of smart branding or deception, for everybody to see you in a particular manner. And the context is this: the reality of who you are might be missing by you becoming someone else in sight of people, rather by being the real person you are. Today we'll be talking about the context of fake life. Either it's a tool for smart branding or it's a self-destructive deception. Are you really making yourself a better person in the sight of people, or you're creating a person that does not really exist in the sight of other people? Welcome to a podcast that looks at issues not just on the surface, but we want to delve really into the debatable aspect of it and get to understand if it makes more sense than what it is. On this show today, I have three people with me. Mr. John, thank you for being with us again today.
Pleasure, as always.
Welcome. Barrister, I don't know. We're talking about fake life. I don't know what we're going to talk about it. But you have your own time to explain that. And my wonderful sister Lifa, thank you for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you very much for inviting me. And Mr. John, you have such a smooth voice.
Thank
You have
you.
a voice for radio.
All right, so let's
Thank you.
Let's dig deep into the context of fake life. Mr. John, you have a very good voice. Now, the voice has created a perception, and with that, you can create who you are. What's your take on the issue of fake life, and how do you see it? Is it a tool that people use to brand themselves to become better persons, or do you think it could let you lose your reality and become a deception to the world?
It's kind of a tacky conversation for me because being a communications person, you teach communications experts to come from the perspective of using people's emotions, using people's perspective to be able to sell brands, sell products. And then most times, a brand or a product may not necessarily be what you think it is, but we make you think it is. It will give you what you imagine.
So in the field of communication, you guys lie a lot.
Well, it is not seen as lying. It's seen as
Bending the truth?
okay.
Lying.
It's not lying. It's simply marketing. That's what it simply is.
So it's good we say the people that live a fake life, a deceptive life, a multiple personality life are marketing themselves also.
They are marketing themselves, and there is a clientele, and that is why they have packaged themselves in that manner, or so as to be seen to offer whatever goods, whatever services that they are selling. There are certain markets or certain clientele that if you don't dress in a particular manner, if you don't speak in a particular manner, you don't deliver in a certain manner, you don't get a second chance.
Okay. Lifa, do you think deception works?
Firstly, what is deception? Who am I deceiving, really? So we were talking about fake life and all of this. But where do we draw the line? Where does it stop being self-enhancement and begin to become fake? So everybody aspires to be better, to look better, to do better, to learn more. Yeah? While I'm doing this, do I have to look like the last level I was on? Can't I look like where I project that I will be in the next level? So at what point does it stop being aspiration, aspiring for better, and starts to become fake life? So on this topic, I'm somewhere in the middle because I don't believe that it's either good or bad. I think that it's how you use it and how much of it that you use that determines. There's a place for balance, right? There's a place for okay, you know yourself, you know who you are. Your core value should stay core. When you begin to deviate from that, you may be tilting a little bit towards one side or tilting a little bit towards the other side, making yourself overly accessible to rubbish or making yourself a little bit too rigid to learn the benefits of the other side as well. So it's somewhere in the middle.
Okay. Barrister, most times I don't like building conversation with you on a legal basis. But let's go into the definition of this statement. As I will say it again: dress the way you want to be addressed. But if the way you dress is not who you are, So you're likely going to be addressed in a way that is not really who you are. From the definition, what do you take the context of fake life to be?
Fake life, let me just put it in this way, is a thing of the brain. How? How? Then we now have to bring in the concept of imagination and reality. You understand? When we talk of imagination, many people live their life, they live their entire life. Their 100 years they will spend on net, they live it in 1 minute. They start the life now, they see where they are headed, and they concluded everything is concluded, and they brought it back. That pushes them to want to live that life in reality, because they know already that reality itself is hard. To become great is hard. You have to put in sacrifice. You have to probably go to school, spend many years. You have to be an artisan before you could gather some things together to become what you are. But immediately they imagine that this is how I can become. This is who I can become. They saw it and, oh, no, 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 I want to become it now. Then it becomes a problem. So for us not to be able to tame imagination is what leads to fake life.
The capacity not to tame your imagination.
Not to tame your imagination. So if you allow imagination to run its course, there is a problem.
So where do we? Let me borrow what she said.
All right.
Where do we draw the line?
aligning
Because
with
we
that.
are in a society where you hear "fake it till you make it." I've heard that a lot, and especially from the young people. You understand? And I'm like, wait a minute. Yes, you could create an impression of something that you're not, but when reality dawns, because it always dawns, it will ask of you of that character or of that person that you said you were, and you can't provide it. But somehow in this modern 21st century we find ourselves, a number of people have been able to reinvent, I think that's the word now, reinvent themselves from what they were to who they have perceived themselves to be. And most importantly, that new reinvented version of them is what sells.
No. The fear of this conversation really dwells on the fact that everybody, as you said, everybody tries to enhance themselves to be a better person, which is not bad for you to be aspiring to be something better. But the fear we have is this: living a fake life could destroy you, because you're placing yourself at a particular level which really you're not, which might not be sustainable, which might lead you to some other things for you to, if you want to try and sustain it. Now the question now goes deeper: that is there a fear of destruction more than the fact that you could really transit into that person, and the branding, basically what you said in marketing, could make you a better product that people want to purchase, and people just believe who you become?
Okay, so maybe the thing that we should now be focusing on more than the faking of the life is what you are faking as. What is it that you are projecting that you are? So if I sit today and I project that I am a professor, nobody is going to have a problem with that as long as I have capacity and I'm working towards it. Yes? So I've decided on a positive thing, and I believe that I am, and then I begin to do the work to become. So what's the thing? As I think, so I so.
But the problem is this. What we're saying is this: you call yourself a professor, but you just only got MSc. You don't even have a PhD to start with.
I was going somewhere
Okay.
with this. So while I'm moving towards this, the people in my house may be calling me prof. Do you know that I am not prof? Yes. Can I be prof? Yes. Right? This is one aspect. Now, there's a second kind of aspiration that is destructive and useless. So I come home and I say, I am doctor. I do no learning. I do no furtherance of anything. And I'm telling you to go and buy antibiotics, you'll be fine. Doctor has said. You see this? Now, because I have projected myself in a certain way, there's the respect I'm getting for this projection of self, but I have not merited it. I do not know the things that would allow me to merit it. and I have refused to grow. So the capacity hasn't improved. You see,
is there self-realization? Does it come into place? Sometimes people that do fake life, do you think they sit down sometimes and like know to themselves like I'm lying?
so there have been some experiments that have been done to see how human beings adapt to a new um, status that they have not merited. So they even did this using what's the name of this game where you have lots that you can Monopoly.
Okay.
So now they came and they gave two sets of people, like so like let's say as we are now the four of us. You know when you start the game, I think you're given $200 and your dice. I think it's just one to play. But then they give you an added advantage. So let's say in this game, I'm the one who's giving the added advantage.
Yeah.
Before we start, I'm giving $1,000, but you guys are giving $200. But you don't know that I have $1,000, right? And then in addition, every time that I play, I'm giving two of the dice to play, but you only play with one.
Wow.
Ideally, I haven't merited any of this, right? When the game begins and continues and continues and continues, a few things were noticed about the person who didn't merit it. They begin to feel like they're actually boss of the other three, as though they did something special
to earn
the position. And then they begin to talk like the boss. They begin to act like the boss. Then they become more rude. And then they reversed this and did the same experiment and watched the people who actually merited this. Sure, eventually, because you're the one who's winning, you begin to say things like, yeah, I'll own that lot. Yeah, but they didn't become rude.
Okay, right. I think you're going into the next question I was about to ask. What are the dangers of living a fake life?
The first danger is that one, you can't build something on nothing. Fake is fake. So if you are trying to live a life that wants to portray you in a particular light, time will reveal if truly
you are who you say you are.
So that's to that stuff.
What you just said right now, the conflict I'm having with it is this: if mentally you see yourself there, physically you're not there, you start faking it physically, and somehow because you see yourself there mentally, you just graduate and you get there. Nobody knows it was fake. So
no, you can't just graduate. You can't just graduate. You call graduate as if there is a time limit for success. As if there is a time, as also time, go to school, get a good job, as if the good job is easy to get a good job, then your life is, you are into your dream. But at the end of the day, you see that dream is still far. So it will now dawn on you after you finish that, okay, it's like there is a process to this. And that's why there is no manual for success. I used to tell people, people may tell you that this is how it works. Well, no problem. Let me just live my own life and see how to go about it. There are some people when they finish law school, I remember, as they are finishing, they have a full chamber for them, built by their parents for them. Do I have that opportunity? I don't have it. So if I want to live in that life, that shows that is either I join a group or just do some things to just want to live like that. So I need to just know my boundary and walk my way, walk my success little by little and get my achievement. So the achievement you get, in a good way or with good plan, that is the achievement that sustains and that succeed, the real success. But this fake, a time is going to come. It's just a matter of time. Everything will be open. Let me give you an example. Was it yesterday that VDM was released? Yeah. It did before yesterday. And he said something in the car with my brother and Deji. He said,
Are you and Deji, you're that close? Okay, just
and he said, these people now, how will you arrest me? I want to sue me. I just want to paraphrase it, not the way he said it directly. Someone who doesn't have money, you are arresting someone for money laundering. Someone who doesn't have money. Even the charity I'm doing, I had to borrow money to do charity. You understand? He said he had to borrow money. Now, many people are seeing him, and this guy, maybe his own intention is that, okay, this is what I want to do. God help me, or whoever that is helping. Now, maybe after spending his own money, we saw people came out for him during the time he was raising that funds. Yeah. People came out for him. And probably he had to also borrow money. And I'm sure he's getting money from his social media handles too, probably. Maybe when those money comes, that's when he settles the people. You know, I'm just saying, I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm just thinking, you know, when he made mention of that statement, I was like, can you see now? You just look at this guy, you don't know what he's doing behind, you know, borrowing money. In fact, he said this in the car. He told AG, he said, you will still borrow me $3,000, so let me use that one to start. He said it in the video. You can watch the video. Maybe that's how he's been living. That's his own style.
Is that fake life?
Well, I can't really say. It depends now on how he defines his own stuff. He doesn't need to come out and say, this is how I'm funding my stuff.
I think
it's not anybody's business.
I think one of the main dangers from what my sister has spoken about is fake life could lead you into debt, because you live above your means and you don't have the means of acquiring the things that you need. Mm-hmm. But apart from debt, do you think there's any other major danger?
Oh, there's another very huge danger. Moral decadence.
Wow.
Everything will collapse around a fake society. Everything. So so when we're growing up, you would find, no matter whose home you went into, you knew that you would not be rude to the parents. Yeah. You knew that you would not steal from that house, because if they catch you, they will beat you from there till you go back home. Then your parents will continue where your friend's mother stopped. You know? If no matter how you drink, you will not come and drink and be drunk in front of your father. You see all of these things. Look at the homes now. Just look at how they are. Because firstly, there was something he was saying about, a timeline for success. There are some successes that will not materialize in your lifetime. Right? Uh-huh. There's the way that there's old money.
Yes.
Yeah. Old money comes from generations of work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Somebody who doesn't come from old money, if you fake it that you're from old money, you will borrow till you die. Because you have to do all of these things to do all of these things. Yeah. Now, when you are doing all of these things, is why you would find that somebody has no problem at all, right, to go to an Arab country, right, and have an Arab man shite in her mouth for dollars. And then they would come back here and buy a G-Wagon and spray money in the club.
Mm. You don't know the source.
Do you understand? These are the problems that come with faking a lifestyle. Ideally, there's a group of people who can afford that lifestyle that you admire. They can afford it 100% and totally.
Yeah, without being dehumanized.
Yes. You, on the other hand, cannot afford it. But you have something that nobody can take from you.
Yes.
Your authenticity.
Mm-hmm.
If you trade with your authenticity, you would enter every single door in the world.
Oh, that's wonderful. Meanwhile, Mr. John, now this is going to be a way we're trying to see how we can round this off.
Yeah.
What is the role of media in people getting into fake life? Do you think Hollywood, Nollywood, do you think they play a major role in people getting into this whole dynamic?
Sadly, yes. The media naturally is hinged on three pillars: inform, entertain, and educate. Sadly, in the last 2-3 decades, the emphasis has been more on the entertainment part than the educational part, and the quest to entertain has made it possible for the media to consistently put up a lifestyle of glitz and glam. So you have a generation of people who all they see is glitz and glam. And so that is all they aspire for. I remember watching a video where a mother was talking to the son and said, look, there are only 3 ways you can be rich in life. It's either you were born rich, born into wealth, or you steal, or you work 3 times, if not 4 times harder than everybody else to get it. Sadly, the narrative of the media is that, you can actually, even if you're not born rich, you can become rich, if you're smart enough. And that is left hanging. Nobody asks any questions. So it's now left for you to use your imagination to determine what that, smart enough means. And so for some, yes, like she had rightly mentioned, you tell yourself you want the baby girl lifestyle, and you groom yourself into it and begin to aim for the high, how do you call them, high dollar men.
In fact, to even support that, a musician released, I think, his first album. I don't want to mention his name, and he titled it "Get Rich or Die Trying."
Yeah.
You could have just said his name.
Get rich or die
50.
trying. Exactly. Yeah.
50 came up with it. Get rich or die trying.
Yeah.
And there's another problem with
In fact,
how
someone even sang a song. He said, "If I don't make money, waiting I gain."
Exactly.
See, these lines
Yeah.
can really. That's why you see. Yeah, just yesterday, some guys, just two guys, they were about. In fact, they've arrested them. I just walked to the whole thing. They were on the bike. One of them was waiting for the bike, while the other one, I think he went to drop something at home. So the other guy was just yesterday. So I just walked into them. So I had to meet with the NSCDC officers that I felt it was an harassment. So I can't say that and just leave it. So I was like, why are you harassing them? This guy's on the bike. Why are you holding him by the waist and not by the trousers and all that? They now said, who are you? Why will I challenge them? I'm a Nigerian. You cannot be doing this to these people. So I now brought out my ID card and showed. Say, okay, barrister, come, let's talk. What happened to them? He said, these boys are Yahoo boys. Yahoo boys? Okay. How did you know that these guys are Yahoo boys? You have to explain to me. And they said, these boys, they know us. This and that. So the other one was now coming. Now said, hey, be coming. The boy was like, and I left, no policeman or no NSCDC officer, and they've held his friend. So the guy came. So when he came, the other officer now recognized, they now greeted, they say, he's our boy, we know him, he's our customer. These are boys of 16, 15.
Yeah.
That is our customer, that barrister, don't worry. We'll settle this thing. I really don't know what to do, because he said we are customers and they recognize themselves immediately. The boys recognize them, and I was like, are you sure you guys are into this? He said, I should not worry that I should go. I said, well, no, that's how I left. You see, some of these things, these lines, let me give you an example. There was an opera when Obi Kubana celebrated his 50th birthday, and monies were flying everywhere and all that. And some people were saying, this how to make money. But they've forgotten how this guy, how he told his story, how he suffered before he could get to that level. And this guy is an entertainer. So I can say all those things he's doing is just probably for his business. But someone who is a novice, who doesn't know anything, all these young ones, they just, this guy is making money.
Well.
And I think what really brought out that guy was during the burial of his mom. Most people
Yeah.
don't know him until the burial of his mom. But they don't know what this guy had passed through before he could get to that level. But when you see young people, they just want to live that life. In fact, even iPhone now, it's like they now have fake now. I don't know what they call it, you know.
Fake iPhone.
I think that's what it's called now. I don't know. They said there is another type they do now that looks like, I don't know, it has a name, you know. So that shows that the whole world has recognized it. That, okay, fake life exists. Let's also give to those.
People by 2012 can upgrade to 2013.
And upgrade. It's still fake life.
Well,
even though it may be dangerous to them.
What I want to do right now is this. People are watching this at home. People are learning from this. People now get to understand that the fake life could be traumatic at the end of the day. Because I've learned along the line that one of the greatest punishment of deception is secrecy. You have to keep it to yourself that you are not what you project yourself to be.
And you have
Life-
to remember what you have said you are.
Yes. Like, for what will you say? You know, I can't advise everybody. But what do you think can be done at the level of the society that could help people reduce their quest or urge to be
Okay,
living?
so I don't think I even want to talk to the whole of society right now. I want to talk to people creating content for television, for radio, for whatever, the media that people are consuming, especially visual media. Please stop lying.
No shit.
You understand? Stop
Oh,
lying.
shit.
And I don't mean like in a general sense, like don't create your fiction and stuff. Do. By all means do. But there's the thing that happens on television, a lot of omission. You would find a scene, a person is in a restaurant, they never actually pay for the food.
Exactly.
You see them eating
Eat
the
it.
food, you see them ordering the food, you see them leaving, they never pay for it. They never pay for a bus ride. Maybe in some movies where they're trying to be extra realistic. But even then, they never pay for anything. Then you'd find now coming home now to Nigerian movies. These movies they make nowadays, the reality of real life and the reality of those things
It's far from
is too far now. So they
far.
tell you somebody is a bank teller. You see the house he's living
in the
How?
car.
What do you mean that this person is a bank teller is driving 20 something range? Where I get time from?
So that
I
means
don't-
media really has
Oh, it
A
does.
strong
role.
impact.
And Mr. John, so this goes to you.
Oh, yeah, it
That's
is.
That's
It
that's
is.
your department.
It is.
You guys have to work on what you are producing and what you are selling. And Barrister, I'm going to round up with you right now. What take do you have for people at home? What do you think can be done to help us change the narration to people about this fake life and its evils or something?
There is no substitute for hard work. No substitute. And this decadence starts from the home.
Exactly.
Because if you train your child well, you put that value. There is value system since I was young, and then I became someone who should start living alone, traveling without the guidance of my parents. They are not scared. They say, "Is it Felix, leave him anywhere he can go. We are okay." What could have given them that confidence that this guy will not misbehave?
Yeah.
You understand? So I think that value, we are losing family values. We've traded it for this Oyibo lifestyle.
Materialism. Yeah.
You understand? We're discussing the other time, and I said, not all rights is right. So we cannot be bringing what we don't understand, what is not peculiar to us, and want to, bring it into our system and want it to rule us and guide us. We will malfunction. So malfunctioning is what we are facing right now. We are malfunctioning because the way we have been made, the way we have been created, the way things are, even the government we are practicing, are we not malfunctioning? The system of government we are practicing, we are malfunctioning.
It's not us.
Fake government.
I won't use that word. I won't use that word because if you say we are practicing democracy, is this our democracy? Federalism, true federalism, it becomes a problem. We don't have it, and we say we keep doing pashi to our constitution.
This is done in 30 seconds. One word for viewers at home.
Be yourself. Stay real.
Straight up.
Stay real.
Your new self or your...
Be yourself.
Self.
Look, I am a proponent of self-discovery. The idea behind self-discovery is that you continually are in the state of becoming.
Okay.
But most importantly is that you know who you are.
All right, thank you very much, everybody, for watching. And I need your comments on this. I need your likes on this. I'll tell you one truth. Your contribution really makes so much meaning to us because other people are really also going to learn from you. Fake life could be very difficult. And I'll be coming back on this channel to still discuss more of this on other social vices that happens in our society. My name is Wale Jason, and I'm the host for you on Black or White.